from Dick Stadium in Kent, Ohio, home to the Golden Flashes of Kent State. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Ball State Cardinals, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Kent State Golden Flashes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Cardinals will kick it away to start us off. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the Kent State Golden Flashes offense will have the football first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
Here comes the option. And the ball is free on the pitch.
A nice job by the defense swarming to the football. And anytime you're having the ball being pitched or you're having a lateral on the play, you want to get to that guy who's doing it. Hit him, make that thing bounce all over the place so you can go recover it. Nice job by the defense disrupting it with speed, getting to the football, recovering that sucker.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's talk for a second about Ball State. I'm sure you guys saw a great pickup in the backfield. Three-star running back gave a verbal last week. And getting good talent like this is really what programs at this level need to thrive on.
It's pivotal, Reese. And now you got a big commitment at the running back spot with those 3 stars. And now you start to build a class around him. Get everybody else excited. This is how you build a program.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
Gives it on the option. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
It's picked off. That's number 10. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
The defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways and try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you've got to put in confidence.
Turning it on! A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. On the option, it's St. Clair. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about Kent State. It's the conference finale today. Win this one, extra football ahead. It's taken a ton of hard work to get here, David, and they certainly can't afford to let down.
Yeah, and you people, Reese, you know, they're looking ahead, always pointing to the future, like they need to win today. Like their goals are still in front of them, but today is a big day in the conference to continue to keep winning.
And that's the thing I think their coach kept reminding his team of all week long. At the very start of the year in our first team meeting, we put our goals up on the board. The #1 goal was to win the conference, and they have a chance to guarantee themselves a spot in that game with a win today.
Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. He's got his man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And the golden flashes with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads it left. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in this step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Sticky. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. They want to throw it. He's going for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They'll move the wide receiver. Just keeps slinging it. Fires into the end zone. Into double coverage, and he picked it off.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they had it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Cardinals in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
Gives it on the option. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. 3rd and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good.
Breaks into the open, and he's still running after the move. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Cardinals have their offense in high gear. Now he's looking to throw it. It's caught. They make the stop at the 37, but not before. He's got 10 yards and the first down.
At the 37.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Complete to the right. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
They try to go draw, but just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and then the offense has a negative play.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Finds his big tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, no change in the score.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Finds his tight end. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. The Golden Flashes headed quickly to the line.
And you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo.
There he goes. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Golden Flashes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. To the ground. He's got it again. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Back open in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Timeout, Kent State. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd down from their own 20. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, that's kind of the advantage advantage of third and medium, right, is the defense. You keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Hand off from the shotgun. And he'll finish the ride in the end zone. Touchdown, golden fashion.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires.
First down for the offense.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Blasted as he lets it go. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
That's some great toughness by the quarterback. Hanging in the pocket. Listen, knowing you're going to get smacked and still being able to deliver the football down the field. Good toughness by that quarterback.
Looking to throw on first down. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stuck in the backfield.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
And the Cardinals trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Finds his man. It's Lee. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
The Cardinals line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And he'd hope to pin them deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive there.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Right back to the well. Got the first down and more. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Now the toss. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Man, those last 2 plays were disasters, and now it's 3rd and 17. Off the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Looking for room. It's Lee. He's going to lose a yard on that one. All right, guys, let's think about Ball State for a minute. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this can really help them at this level, Jim.
Yeah, and when you get guys like that on your offensive line, if you can get a couple dudes like that, all of a sudden now you can hang with bigger, better competition. Games are still won and lost in the trenches. I know this is just one piece, but getting this 3-star offensive lineman who was very highly recruited, that was a massive win for this head coach.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Quick handoff. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
And the Cardinals will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
The golden flashes, moving quickly to the line. Now, guys, when you think about Kent State, with just a few games remaining, they're atop. Turning it on! They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Rides the back on the option, the give. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Quick strike complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Messed up on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
And the golden flashes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. The screen, and watch out. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it's caught! Touchdown, Kent State!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Nebraska is getting smoked, and even though this might seem surprising, I'm not sure folks around that program feel that way. Something's up there in Lincoln. They're trailing by 14 to Oregon. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Right on the money. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the...
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. Makes the grab on the left. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Cardinals with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Here's the handoff. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And this defense doing what it does best. Get after the quarterback. That's their 3rd of the day. They're #1 in the nation at getting the quarterback on the ground. That's why they've had such a successful unit.
The Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Got his man. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone. The Golden Flashes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the grab. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Just enough time to get off one more snap. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Kent. And how can we begin our analysis of that 1st half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And just like that, let's send it back to the fellas at Dick's Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the golden flashes. We'll try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. He'll pull it down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got the tight end. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking for room. It's Lee. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And there were some collisions in there. The D finally stops him short of the marker. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Drag down, and they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Rides the back and leads it. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
And the Cardinals are threatening in the red zone. Going to sling it on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well. And they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. The give from the gun. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. The golden flashes want to crank the tempo. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds across the 15 at the 16. That's a solid pickup on that one.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The give on the option. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Rushes on him. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Punt is in the air. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Makes the grab. It's Lee. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You know, momentum's a big part at the quarterback position, too. And sure, he threw a pick on the last drive. So let's come out on this one and find some easy completions from the pocket. If it's not there for me downfield right away, let me find my check down and get myself back into rhythm.
Gets it out quickly. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive line. When they get beat, you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
this time for the Kent State offense. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complete.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Looking left. Complete downfield. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Gives it on the option. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Leaves it with the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. To the air, it's St. Clair. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Golden Flashes looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And the Cardinals are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? 42 misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And the returner goes down. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Oh, he's got some space. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the 1st down. The Golden Flashes want to move quickly. Makes the grab down the middle. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not on this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets it to the 26-yard line?
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll pull it on the read. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Gives it on the option. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And the Golden Flashes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
On the move. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. That score will give them a little more room to
with his feet like this, runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Bringing it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Here's the pressure. He'll try to do it himself. At the 35, he's loose. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Quick completion to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cardinals line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll sneak it, try to surge forward. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Nice move to pick up yardage. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the 4th quarter, they're going to need it.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
To the air on 2nd down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. On target to the left. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And that's it's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, they're after him. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. It'll be 3rd and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Golden Flashes send out the punt unit. The kick is on its way. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Great place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
The RPO fire complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, you know, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.